General. God bless you all tuning in. It is General Greene. God bless you all tuning in. It is a beautiful, lucky July 8th, 2025 as we live through history. Please, for the love of just Jesus Christ is King, share this video because a lot of you are ill prepared for the emergency event that is ahead. A global collapse, a dollar collapse emergency, a transfer into the new hegemonic system order, the new city-state infrastructure, distributed, decentralized assets. Many of you are very behind the curve, and I want to get you on board. So, number one, you understand what's coming and you're educated. You can do that for free, changing your mindset, putting yourself in a 1000x mindset, but then more importantly, pivoting and leveraging and profiting like Frank just did. You know who you are. Frank, you're a long-term subscriber. You're a great man. God bless you. Honestly, my hat is off to you. Just crushed the 1,000-unit tier here at islandproject.com. Became an islandproject.com member. 1,000 units, a millionaire, lifestyle investment. Live your investment here. Registered trademark here at the islandproject.com. Congratulations to you, sir. Has had some huge wins across the board over the last few years, and my top picks like XRP and others. And by the way, I do think it is a great time to take profits, but I'm also going to explain to you what's about to happen because you want to lock in these gains. You want to make sure that you realize them and put it into the next 1000x opportunity. I was watching some old footage last night that was presented to me by my team, and I was just thinking incredibly grateful about how this journey has been so amazing, and it's blessed me so incredibly that I am living proof that God creates miracles in your life. I am living proof that you can go from broke to a basement, from nobody believing in you at all, to something huge that's bigger and more powerful than yourself. And it's not even about the money. It's about serving in a very, very big way, changing the world. You know how they say you can't change the world and get rich at the same time? That's a lie. I'm living proof of that. You absolutely can. And so I was watching videos from 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 9 years ago, 8 years ago, even 5 years ago of me as a young man with a brown beard, so passionate, so invigorated, driving around with Donut, my good friend, and telling everybody about this new invention called Bitcoin. Like so excited, just yelling and screaming and like also presenting the case for it, why it would change all of your lives, how it will make you rich. And then also, if you really watch these videos, you'll see what I actually stand for. And it's something much more powerful and bigger than just your net worth or what dollars on a screen. Like, who cares about that? Live your investment, live your best life, shatter the darkness and show so much brilliance and light to the other people around you. You transform them and change the world and help save them, help bring them to Christ. You know, I do want to pray for a gentleman. He's the highest IQ holder in the world, and he's under a spiritual attack after declaring Jesus Christ as King. You've probably seen his posts on the internet. He has the highest IQ worldwide. He just recently declared Jesus is King to the entire world. He gave scientific evidence, rational evidence, spiritual evidence, reason, and a whole long list of his argument, which is all facts and truth, to why God is God, why Jesus is God. And now, he's now witnessing what Jesus went through. A lot of spiritual attacks, a lot of people attacking him, atheists attacking him, the state to some degree attacking him, all because he gave his life and his heart to Jesus. Now, this is interesting because you know you're on to something when you get a lot of pushback, when you get a lot of people telling you, oh, you're wrong, and the groupthink psychology is always over on this other side. Like the masses are always getting it wrong, or you get a lot of very fierce pushback, just like this gentleman who declared Jesus is God. Because when I first came on camera, told you, wrote the $100 million check, which by the way, I cashed personally because of my investments, told you fervently, vigorously, passionately to buy Bitcoin, dedicated entire courses to it. I mean, we have millions of students around the world at bitcoinrich.com, islandprojectclub.com. Now we've invented Island Project, the first fractional blockchain, soon to be tokenized, internationalized investment. By the way, time is running out to get in. You have no time left to get in. I mean, Frank just stepped up his game to 1,000 units. I had 2 other individuals hit tiers just within the last 24 hours. Basically, guys, you're not going to get in. If you don't take action today, if you don't fill out an app, if you're not at least hitting a minimum of 150 units, it's gone forever. Just like the videos I'm going to show you now. You know, you should probably take my advice. My dad tells you, take Christopher's advice, take the general's advice. He's telling you that for a reason. My dad's a very pragmatic man, but the hardcore facts are, I've gotten it right. I've made you rich, and you need to pay attention. So watch this for a minute, and please like and share. I encourage you to, because there's so much opportunity ahead of us, just like there was then, but now today in 2025 on July 8th. Take a look at this. This was almost, 10 years ago? And I'm driving around in my Maserati telling everybody about Bitcoin. Listen to this. This is nuts. Holy cow, guys. Are you paying attention to what's going on in Bitcoin right now? We are up a whopping 75% year to date since the beginning of the year. This is incredible. We are about to hit 7K. Okay, now this is just a reminder, guys. You could have been learning about this stuff months and months and months ago. Okay, you could have been learning about Bitcoin at 4K. You could have been learning about Bitcoin at 5K. You could have been learning about Bitcoin at 6K. And now you could have been learning about Bitcoin at 7K. Don't wait until we hit 100K. This is absolutely crazy. And I'm so excited. You hear the passion, just how excited I am, because I figured it out, right? Like I figured it out, and I figured it out under $1,000 USD equivalent in Bitcoin. And by the way, Bitcoin will not even be measured in USD. USD is going by the wayside. It's collapsed. It's down 10.7% through June. That means if you had $100,000 at a worthless US financial institution, you've lost $11,000 of your net worth equivalently just in the last few months. But you hear my passion there, my drive. I'm just ecstatic because I know I've figured out this secret that no one else has figured out. And what's interesting about the video, my 1000X pick at school, and I've had dozens, which I mention here, actually happens to be MCO, which later became the first company in the world to marry credit cards like Visa and MasterCard to your crypto accounts. It literally became CRO, then Crypto.com, which now sponsors and owns entire stadiums around the world. 1000X'd many of my members, 1000X'd myself, and that's just one of them. And so I'm looking back at this footage thinking to myself, oh my gosh, like how incredible is this? Holy Spirit filled, cutting $100 million checks, just like Jim Carrey wrote himself a check for like, I think it was $10 or $15 million when he was living out of a van. And then years later, because he manifested and trusted in God, his new film paid him exactly that same amount. I'm living proof of that as well. The same thing has happened in my life. It's absolutely incredible. Take a look at this. I'm at the pinnacle peak, where, I love to spend time in Arizona. Here I am near 10 years ago with Donut. He's helping me film. Bitcoin crushes 7K, and I'm stoked because my Ethereum wallet and my Ethereum just hit $150. Dude, we're taking a victory lap today. My Ethereum was at $150, and I'm stoked because I just became a millionaire in Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and those were the prices then. So I want you to think about where this is going, how this video you're watching now, in the future, we'll be replaying again when Bitcoin's at 1 million and then 3 million plus, which has always been my long-term target over the last 15 years. So watch this for a minute. It's incredible. Here's the footage. Hey guys, Christopher Greene, AMTV, Alternative Media Television, of course, BitcoinRich.com, the #1 trade school in the world for everything blockchain, cryptocurrency, and Bitcoin related. We've been having an amazing day today. In fact, we're at the beautiful Four Seasons Resort. I'm in North Scottsdale. We've got an amazing view here of Pinnacle Peak. And, I don't even know how to make this video. I feel like no one's going to believe me, and I get all this hate, and people tell me things like, Christopher, you're wrong about this Bitcoin. It's going nowhere. Well, I just checked my phone. And for those of you that tune in, I'm all in Bitcoin. I mean, literally the farm's invested in it. It's up 10% today. I've literally made more money today than most people make in a lifetime. And that's not an exaggeration. I'm not bragging or gloating or anything. I actually don't even care about money. In fact, when I started this social media channel 11 years ago, I was just angry because the banks bailed themselves out and I wanted to change the world. So I started making YouTube videos as a hobby, and people said I was crazy and I was an idiot. But instead of that, I actually became a multimillionaire. That's the honest to God truth. And now people are telling me the same thing about Bitcoin, but it's up 75% year to date. It's made me a millionaire many times over. And you could have been learning about this, by the way, when Bitcoin just a couple months ago was at 3,000. And then it went to 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. And I was just talking to Alex here behind the camera, like, I just don't even understand what the logic is. People keep saying it's fake. And I'm not bragging. So I'm not going to play the whole video, but I encourage you to watch it. Another reason to subscribe at my X account, the only official one at AMTV Media. But basically, I go through the whole video, just really share my heart, why I'm doing this, why I'm helping people become wealthy, why I want you rich, why I want to make you rich, how we want to change the world, do something powerful for God and Christ. I tell everyone how blessed I feel to be in this position, how I've discovered the secret that no one else knows. And what's interesting about this, looking back, you know, when I made all this content 10, 15 years ago, I produced thousands and thousands of videos, countless videos, had over billions of views on YouTube across social media accounts. Like, everyone told me that it was a scam then, including the big social media platforms. Like, a lot of those videos aren't up because they said it was a scam too, and I wasn't allowed to keep them up. I just want you to think about this. Like, there were major influencers, I'm not gonna say their names because I don't want to embarrass them, but they did like a lot of hit pieces on me about 10, 15 years ago, saying things like Christopher Greene is a scam artist, he's selling a scam, Bitcoin is a Ponzi scheme, it's going to collapse. If you listen to Christopher Greene, you're gonna be poor, that, you know, don't pay attention to anything he says. Big figures. And you know who these people are, and God bless them, they've been proven wrong throughout history. But again, that emotion and the fact that it seems like no one understands how big of a deal this stuff is going to be until it's too late. I've told you a story a long time ago, but I met with a very successful family friend of mine who my extended family had worked for years, who owns these huge manufacturing companies, extremely wealthy. I mean, owns yachts. He even treated me years ago when I was super broke, treated us on a trip out to Costa Rica on a 72-foot yacht. And it actually really inspired me. I'm like, wow, I didn't know money like this existed, that you could even do this. Like, how is this possible? Kind of a quirky guy, really hard worker, really smart. And I remember telling him, sitting down to a dinner with my family and explaining to him Bitcoin. Now, he's one of the wealthiest people that I know, even till this day. And he was like the only person that actually listened to me. In fact, it's very interesting because he took my advice and was willing to explore ideas that were alternative to his own. And he was actually able to listen to me at a stage when I hadn't really made it yet. And that to me is a sign of huge intelligence. And it's also a reason why he's very, very wealthy and more wealthy today. Now, it actually took him quite a while to buy Bitcoin. He still, when I see him today, says, hey, Christopher, man, I should have taken your advice sooner. I waited too long. But he still got in and owns huge bags now and has done very, very well. But the point is, a lot of you probably weren't following me then. A lot of you probably were conned by the mainstream media. Probably those people doing hit pieces about me. Probably your family members, your friend, your father, your financial advisor, others that all told you, no, Bitcoin's a scam. The government's going to ban it. Christopher Greene is wrong. Bitcoin's a Ponzi scheme. Because that was the primary message when I was making these videos. When I'm in my car here, everybody hated me. Like, I'm going to tell you a little story. I think I lost 200,000 subscribers on these videos. We had like 800,000 subscribers on YouTube. And then 10, 15 years ago, as I started telling everyone to buy Bitcoin, I had like a loss of like 200,000 subscribers because everyone told me it was a scam. Holy cow, guys. Are you paying attention to what's going on in Bitcoin right now? We are up a whopping 75% year to date since the beginning of the year. This is incredible. We are about to hit 7K. Okay, now this is just a reminder, guys. You could have been learning about this stuff months and months and months ago. Okay, you could have been learning about Bitcoin at 4K. You could have been learning about Bitcoin at 5K. You could have been learning about Bitcoin at 6K. And now you could have been learning about Bitcoin at 7K. Don't wait until we hit 100K. This is absolutely... So you hear that message, right? And I'm showing you that for a reason, because the same heartfelt and passion from God, Holy Spirit message filled, which comes from the best place in my heart, now shouts and screams at you guys every single day now with islandproject.com. And to see that victory fulfilled, to see the doors closing on the digital Noah's Ark, to know that my founding members have successfully raised $33.5 million of no bank debt assets, that we've made people rich. And now we are doing incredible things as a result of the digital Noah's Ark, honestly, is a dream come true. It is a victory that can only be shouted to the rooftops to God, to absolute service to Him. I have a lot of good mentors in my life, a lot of really great people that I respect, including I've learned a lot even from, some family and friends and, Papa John. But the thing I love about my father probably the most is he's not in it for the money. My dad really is just about here to shake the tree for the kingdom. And that to me gives life and meaning to what we're doing. A lot of you have asked me things like, Christopher, why don't you just retire? You don't have to do this anymore. Retirement's boring. I learned this even actually from my father. My father sold his companies when he was in his 40s, even younger than myself, and he never had to work again. But you can only play so much golf. You can only, do so much of those things that actually, that's fun. I like to do that. Feel free to play some golf. But I'm just saying that that stuff doesn't matter. What matters is we're doing something beautiful. We're building kingdom wealth, and we're actually helping other people. So let's talk about what America isn't ready for yet, because this is a massive emergency. And please share this, because the dollar is in full-blown collapse mode. And from the guy who's gotten it all right, to all the criticism, all the hate, all the libel, like a lot of defamation throughout the years, which I've taken in stride. All these people have been proven incorrect, wrong, poor, broke, didn't know what they were talking about. Even Donald Trump, whom I love, actually called Bitcoin a scam during his first presidency and has now flipped and buying as much as he can, forcing you onto stable coins, transitioning everybody into the Genius Act, passed by Congress, passed by the Senate, moving everybody into Ethereum, DeFi, etc., starting ETFs, Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. The list goes on and on. And so I'm so impassioned about what I'm actually telling you now. So just pay attention closely. And we're going to do a short video. It's really just kind of a victory lap, because I want to motivate you and show you guys that this stuff is actually possible. So what's happening? Listen to what I'm telling you, because I'm right about this too, just like I was right then. The dollar is finished and dead. The U.S. government, sovereign nation states are intentionally collapsing the U.S. dollar by design. That's why they did the lockdowns. This has been a heist. It's called the Big Con. They need to transfer the debt that they can't pay back into a new system. That new system is stable coins and Bitcoin. This is why the United States government is establishing a strategic world reserve, and every other sovereign nation from El Salvador to many other countries are doing exactly the same. This actually is World War III and World War IV economically. This is a part of this grand seismic transitionary reset event that they've constructed. So listen to me when I'm telling you what's going to happen next. They're actually fomenting and creating a massive crisis in the United States, a dollar event. This is why Elon Musk faked his divorce with Donald Trump. It's a fake breakup. It's a charade. It's a show. It's a Pied Piper move, because he's going to be leading everybody to the new city-state solution that they're building. That includes universal basic income, artificial intelligence, robots, blockchain technology, and Elon Musk will announce soon, you heard it here first, that he's one of the largest hodlers of Bitcoin in the world. Yes, you heard me correctly. These people have been scamming you. See, they're the real scam. I don't have any hate. I ain't judging. I'm just telling you the truth. They have been buying all this stuff for themselves. BlackRock, Fidelity, State Street, Vanguard, issuing their own ETFs, creating USDC. Me meeting with Dan Moorhead of Goldman Sachs in the very early days along with Steve Wozniak. Meeting Steve, the co-creator of Apple Computers, as they founded and established USDC, one of the biggest stable coins next to Tether in the world. When I was meeting with people like Charlie Lee, the founder of Litecoin, the founder of EOS and arguably Ethereum, people like Brock Pierce, as I was traveling the world with billionaires, George Soros's right-hand man, Jim Rogers, and now Scott Bessent, who's now in charge of helping to collapse the dollar, hired by Donald Trump, who helped to collapse the British pound. I want you to understand that I knew then and I know now what I'm talking about. I'm giving you specialized, highly privileged information to make you rich, to make you wealthy and to help you survive as the white hat that we are, along with my team and my father, so you're prosperous in this new digital golden age takeover. All of this is moving to the new system, AI governments. A lot of these people don't believe in God, so they're creating an AI God. I don't want any part of that. Microchips, language learning models, new systems of economic governance, a new economy, a distributed approach even to citizenship. Citizenship is going to collapse actually worldwide as well, as people realize that countries should actually compete for you and your money, not the other way around. Think about it. Governments have had a stranglehold and a monopoly on the American people and people around the world, all governments, for a very long time, where you depended on a centralized power and force to create economic stability. But now everything's changed with the advent of the technology that I was so ecstatic about 10, 15 years ago, which I'm telling you about fervently, telling you that you need to take my advice, you'll get rich. All you have to do is enroll in my course for a measly $250 and I'll make you a millionaire, which I did for tens of thousands of people. Millions of people are at that school. I've made tens of thousands, who knows, maybe hundreds of thousands of millionaires, decamillionaires, soon to be billionaires. Who knows? All from that, all from presenting ideas. And so listen to what I'm telling you now. What am I fervently every single day coming onto camera now telling you about? What is my dad coming on camera every single day now that I prove, because I was correct about this stuff. I mean, it took my dad even years to onboard, but he realized, oh, my son is very smart. I guess the apple don't fall far from the tree. He's a little crazy and throws chairs in the pool, but he has become very rich. He understands Bitcoin and crypto and blockchain and social media unlike anyone else in the world. Then we got together. Then we start Island Project. So listen to what we're telling you now. The new Bitcoin, the biggest advent of new technology, the biggest wealth creation tool now is not Bitcoin. It's tokenized, fractional, no bank debt, and decentralized real estate with no bank debt, no downside, only upside. So think about this for a minute. Frank, who just came in and crushed the 1,000-unit marker, he's now a millionaire here at the Island Project. He's not only a founder of our token launch, he owns $1 million of the Island Project. He gets 30 days comped every single year at our host of exclusive properties, ranging from $5 to $10 million plus beach, oceanfront, massive ski lodges, soon to be East and West Coast acquisitions, internationalization in a Thailand Booyah mansion with a yacht in front and an international network of Learjets. That's what we're building. That's what we've done. Plus, all the capital gains of his 1,000 units, all of the future income distributions, all of the use cases, all of the enjoyment, live your investment, and so much more. This is what my members have access to, plus a worldwide network and my personal network with the general and my father, the smartest people in the world that invented fractional, soon to be tokenized real estate built on rock. Keep in mind, we could have used leverage, but God told me that was the wrong move and not biblical. Even today I was showering, I saw another rainbow. I'm seeing them every day, all day. And I remember as I was planning, and by the way, Island Project was formulating in my mind even then, over 10 years ago. Over 10 years ago, I was already formulating what the next big thing would be. While everyone thought Bitcoin was a scam, I was already building Island Project. Now they think tokenized fractional real estate is a scam. I'm already moving on to the next thing. Do you get it and do you understand? Your actions today directly will correlate to your success, your net worth, not just the money in your bank account, but your happiness, your joy, your self-worth, and your confidence. The amazing thing about Bitcoin, for example, has always been that it's not politically correct, and that it doesn't matter what color of your skin, what religion you are, who you are, what sex you are, it doesn't matter, it doesn't discriminate. It's always been an IQ test. The smartest people in the world, that by the way, once said people like me are crazy. Notice this transition. You're crazy then, right? Now people call you a genius. They say you're nuts because you tell everyone to buy Bitcoin, you're going to become a millionaire. You hold $100 million checks on camera, which I did, that went viral. I tell all of you I'm going to cash it. They say you're crazy until you cash it. I've told you this for years. Everything is in your mind. The first thing you need to do to become rich is to change your mindset. My book, Think and Grow Bitcoin Rich, was just about that. Sold it in digital copies, also in a PDF. I'll probably reprint it and maybe do like a prologue, like a new prologue, and update it a little bit. Think and Grow Bitcoin Rich by Christopher Greene. It's all about that. The secret is your mind, but more importantly, your spirit is a weapon for your success and your victory in Him. The power is not coming from you. It's coming from Him. Your faith is your biggest weapon. Just like my baby Faith. And a lot of you have been asking about her and praying. Thank you so much. We have victory in Jesus. All the doctors said she wouldn't make it. All the doctors said to abort. All the doctors told us we were doing the wrong thing by choosing life. All the doctors gave us huge horror stories. I mean, honestly, took a lot of the joy out of my wife's pregnancy. A lot of the joy out of that experience for both of us. They were all proven wrong. She's healthy, she made it, she completed successful surgery, and now it's only up only. In fact, Frank, I'm gonna shout you out too, just because today's your victory, and I wanna celebrate with you on it a little bit too. What an amazing day for you, and I'm just so proud of you and proud of all my members. Said, Christopher, it must have been really, really hard over the last, year or two, putting on a straight face and doing all your work in your videos and working relentlessly. You're the hardest worker that I know, during all that other stuff going on at the same time. I mean, loss of your brother's amputations, his cancer treatment, his death, then your mother-in-law dies, then your baby, they're telling you to abort, then she has to go through freaking hearts. I mean, the lockdowns, all of it, and I laughed, and I just said, I feel so blessed in all these things. Those were all blessings. None of those things I view as even bad. They're victories. Faith's special needs are victories. They're beautiful, man. Like, that is what God is about. But I also told him too, one thing that I've learned throughout life is that the measure of a professional is somebody who makes it look easy when it's actually hard. When you're presented with a lot of obstacles, when you're presented with a lot of problems. For example, a lot of you are afraid to take action because of what other people think. You're afraid actually of what your parents might think, afraid of what your friends. By the way, even my own parents, they've always supported me, believed in me, and loved me, but they thought I was wrong about Bitcoin too. So I want to point that out, that again, the people closest to you, just like people that were closest to Jesus Christ, actually didn't even believe Jesus Christ's message. Your biggest critics are actually the people usually right around you. So I hope you understand this truth and this motivates you today, because you can't be afraid to take action in your own life. So many of you have also told me throughout the years, Christopher, if I would have just taken 1/10 of anything you have said and put it into action, I'd be rich, I'd be more successful, I could have started a business. Here's the great thing, so many of you actually did. I have tens of thousands of testimonials now from around the world of people that have started businesses. They've invested with us here at Island Project. They've had massive gains across all of these cryptocurrencies, Ethereum, which is going to break out even further. XRP, think it's a good time to take some profits, which I recommended at $3.30 a few months ago. And even now, you've got to bank on certainty. So where is the certainty? I'm going to explain this to you, and then I'm going to close, and I'm going to encourage you to take aggressive action in the name of the Lord and pray about it. Listen to Him, and then take direct action today, 1,000 freaking X. First, you must have faith. You must harness the idea. Harness the idea. You must speak it into the world. You must put that action into the world. And you also must know when you're facing resistance, that means you're on to something. When you're facing that resistance, everyone's telling you Bitcoin's a scam. You're getting massive, huge influencers. I probably should say their name and call them out, but I'm honestly going to be too nice in this video. Huge influencers did massive attack pieces on me, which they later took down, saying that I was a scam, Bitcoin was a scam, and it's all a scam. Those people today don't look too smart. But the crazy guy on the internet with a little moxie, belief, and you don't even have to be the smartest man or woman in the room. This is a point I want to make too. A lot of you always Give yourself an excuse. You're like, well, I could be good looking, or maybe I'm too fat. I could lose a little weight and that would be easier. Or I didn't come from the right family, or I have this handicap, or this issue, or this problem. You're only holding yourself back. God has given you every single tool that you need right now. It is right in front of you. If you're still with me on this video, He's literally giving you the exact tool that you need for your success and victory. And it's so easy. We've already built it at theislandproject.com, islandproject.com, at the digital Noah's Ark. Live your investment. Registered trademark. Look, numbers on a screen, Owning a bunch of stocks, I mean, what are you going to do with that? Bonds? I don't know. Like, yeah, okay, the dollar's collapsing. Holding it in a bank so that maybe close your bank account? Or let's see here. Live your investment, get rich, no downside, no bank debt, future income distributions, all the 100% equity rights, freaking capital gains left and freaking right, 1000x freaking tokenization event. You see what you're missing? What many of you are missing and you still don't realize yet, but you should take action today and not make the same mistake twice, was exactly what you were missing here. When I was in my Maserati telling you about Bitcoin ecstatic, as I made my first millions of dollars then, betting on what everyone else called a scam. I mean, everyone. Warren Buffett, the mainstream media, your government, Donald Trump, the list goes on and on. So here's the dealio. Listen to what I'm saying now. Listen to what I'm telling you now. Must be doing something right. I must know what I'm talking about. I must actually hear from God. A lot of people think that sounds crazy, but I do. Because again, I'm not responsible for this success. God is. God is. Look up. Up only. You're not looking high enough. You're setting yourself short. You're not thinking big enough. Many of you are selling yourself so short in your own life, you don't even believe that you deserve the success that God wants for you. Now, again, this isn't the prosperity gospel, okay? This isn't a false reality of just manifest what you want in life. No, look, God wants you to be your highest self and your highest potential. He does not want you to hold on to the things of this world. But then He wants you to go take aggressive action with the skills and the guts and the courage and the lifeblood that was Noah here at the ark, and now in the modern form, which was David with just a simple pebble and a slingshot, and was pushing the buildings down, and was Moses spreading the seas with his staff. And He wants you to bet not on the world, but on Him and His creation, which makes up you and yourself. I'm here to motivate you and to show you with all the tools I've had at my disposal to not only change the world, but improve your life, your existence, your passion, and your joy on this short trip, which makes you a human being. Do you know, I would trade all my net worth just to get another moment with my brother. Just another trip. Body surfing with him out here in Maui, or enjoying, a Mai Tai with him. I would give it all. And so many of you tuning in feel the exact same way I do. So here's my point. Stop hesitating and stop waiting. Stop waiting. I have to say, see my terms and disclaimers, but there's no downside. There's no risk. There's no bank debt. We own the asset. Now the doors are closing once again, just like Bitcoin closed to you at 1K, 2K, 3K, 4K, 5K, and now 110K. Austin, by the way, my son, broke out laughing almost in tears. He was like, wait a minute, is that you? He's like, what's 100K? He's like, we're at 110K now. I went, even my other son was like, that's you? That doesn't look anything like you. I'm like, yeah, check it out. Here I am telling everyone about Bitcoin. The number one investment now is real world fractional assets that are only going up in the best locations in the world that we already own along with our members, that are being fractionalized and then tokenized on new systems and blockchains that will be a much more distributed network in the future. This is what Trump is invested in as well. Trump's a real estate guy, so I'm sure he's going to be entering the space as well very, very soon. The proof is in the pudding. I am here to help you win, not just in yourself, but in God. Call my dad. Text him at 808-442-2934. He'll get back to you. Fill out an app, ask for a call. You can fund. We accept ACH wire transfer, crypto. If you're funding with crypto, reach out to us, fill out an app, then speak to my father. You can only speak to him or text him at that number, 808-442-2934, and also at islandproject.com. We're a private placement. Once you sign, once you fund, you get a copy of your investment, a copy of your proof of docs, and that is everything that you need. And then book a stay. And by the way, many of you have been asking how to book a stay. Very easily, I put it out in our newsletter. Contact us for that as well and live your investment. Here are our membership tiers on our site. In the Park City, Utah, Deer Valley location, from 150 on up to 1,000 units, the diamond nut level like Frank just hit. And in addition to that, in our newsletter, we also have all the property listings only for members because it's private. This is a private, exclusive, multi-million-dollar community that we've built for all of our members. Private ecosystem, private transportation, private limousines. There's a lifted Jeep in every location, soon to be Lambos and freaking Ferraris, yachts, and helicopters. And you think I'm joking, and I'm not. And you can see what available dates we have. Most of the properties are rented out 75% of the time, but we've left open that remainder for our members. Comped at the tiers, plus the gains, plus the income, plus the tokenization, and it'll never happen again. Once we tokenize, and this goes mainstream, you're going to hear about other opportunities for fractional real estate, but you won't be able to stay at any of the properties. You won't get at the ground floor at zero. It won't be true equity ownership. There will be no community and no ecosystem. This is what a lot of you still don't get. If you buy a REIT, what do you get? A piece of paper you're going to make love to at night? Are you going to cozy up to it and kiss it in front of your wife? There's nothing you can do. There's a lot of investments like that. You get nothing physically tangible back in the real world. And in my opinion, and it's why we've been able to successfully raise this capital and do such amazing things with it on behalf of our members, is because we've not only made people rich, we're improving their physical lives. Physically, spiritually, their mindset, their families, creating a legacy investment for their children, and we're doing it Christian-led during a time that I talk about and rant all the time is a period of a lot of darkness. Well, bro, we're the light, we're the victory, we're the digital Noah's Ark here at islandproject.com, and I love you, and I encourage you to take action and share the video, and then follow me on X, watch the old content, we'll be posting more. I mean, it almost gets comical at this stage. Now that Bitcoin's at 110K, and it's gonna go to 150K, and then it's gonna go to 1 million, and then it's gonna go to 3 million. I mean, a lot of people look pretty, I'll use the word stupid, because they didn't take my advice and they didn't do what I was instructing. I'm not God, but I hear from him. And the information I get is legit. It's how I predicted the Iran strikes. It's how I predicted what happened to Israel. It's how I predicted the lockdowns. It's not because I'm great, but because he is. Our team is world class. My father is the best and one of the smartest people in the world, which is why I partnered with him and set him up as vice president of our real estate portfolio, along with our other team members and our great host of family and friends that now make up our Ohana, with all of our members now in 12 countries. You know who you are. The doors are closing. They are shutting. You'll never get in. And you'll be watching videos like these a year from now when Bitcoin's crushing 500,000, 1 million, whatever the number might be, and you actually log in to Coinbase, Kraken, or any other exchange, Gemini, and you see the Island Project, the IP, trading at billions and billions of dollars, and you think, oh man, Chris pulled it off again. I didn't pull it off. God did. Bet on the sure thing. Take my advice. Speak with my father. You should be taking some crypto profits now, especially in the next few days. Hit those tiers and onboard the ARK while you still can. I salute all of you. God bless you. This is the golden age. Welcome to the 1776 revolution. Up only. Because you got to have faith. It's your number one asset, and it's your number one strategic weapon. Faith above all else. I'm living proof of it. And I give all the glory to Christ and Jesus Christ the King. I love you all.